to his community. Because ultimately, when you don't pay it forward, but you expect those to support you, but don't pay it forward, you are a part of the problem. So I am glad to say that I was one of the individuals who mentored Malachi to being an even greater individual than what he already was for becoming Mr. Juneteenth. Aside from that, he won the Black Expo Grants competition of $1,000 back in November, to which he took that money and he spent it on equipment to start his first business, which was a Christian clothing line called Faith Fabric. So if you've heard of Faith Fabric, that clothing line was created by a young 13-year-old who just graduated going to high school. He is doing amazing things, and I expect him to be in the forefront of the generation that comes after me. And the only way for them to succeed is if we continuously support them by any means necessary. So, some of the things that we do with the Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest is for the entire year going forward, we put them through entrepreneurial, business, and character development. So again, building up to be greater individuals to take over from those who come behind us. So, can I get all my Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest winners to the gazebo? Can I get all of my Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest winners to the gazebo? The official contest winners are our teams. But we have our tween and our top division as well, where we're going to help the tweens ages 7 to 12 find their passion, put them through business aptitudes, so that when it comes time for them to step on the scene to become the next generation of leaders, they know how to put their best foot forward. As well as the tots, ages 2 through 6. So, give a round of applause to this year's Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest winners, ages 13 to 17, ages 7 to 12, and of course ages 2 through 6. You are never too young, you are never too small to be mighty and prepared for what's to come. And it is our obligation as the responsible adults in their life, because it takes a village, not just mom and dad, it takes a village to be responsible to make sure all levels of elevation is here and accounted for. So I don't know about y'all, but on a daily basis, I'm going to make sure I play my part. So, starting off, matter of fact, can we get last year's Mrs. Juneteenth, age 7 to 12, Miss Khalees, who is a youth entrepreneur of ours, and her lemonade is amazing. Can we get Khalees to the gazebo, please? JP, get up there. Can I get Mr. Juneteenth, last year's Mr. Juneteenth, ages 7 through 12, Mrs. Juneteenth, age 7 through 12, over to the gazebo, please, so they can rightfully hand the crown over to the next individual who will be built up amongst our community to be the next leaders that we see forth. So can I get last year's winner, Miss Khalees, and Mr. J. Finn to the stage to crown the new Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth, ages 7 through 12. Aspirations is to be an author, movie writer, producer. He is currently in the process, at the age of 9 years old, writing his first book and script, his first play script that we were hoping to potentially produce here in East Paterson, because we know that greatness lives within Paterson. And the one way we show that greatness is that we support those of our community that we respect what they do. So while we wait for the future winners, Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth, ages 7 to 12, come to the stage, as well as Miss Juneteenth, age 7 to 12, police. When I say this young lady is amazing, her lemonade is amazing. She was not only the Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest winner from last year, she was also one of the winners for our youthpreneur event we had in the mall, where we put the ages 7 through 12 through a business training, thanks to the good sister Tracy Salmon, who's out here somewhere, where they learned how to pitch, how to have customer service attitude, how to get eye contact, and just to be prepared in business overall. Come on, baby. Now, don't talk. I don't know. So, we're going to start with the ages 2 through 6. Our Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth tots in the crowning. And who do we have here? So, the new Mrs. Juneteenth, age 2 through 6, is Miss Myla Bell. And once again, you are never too young, you are never too small to be exposed to your greatness. It just takes the responsibility of us responsible adults to make sure they are exposed to the right substance. So when you don't do right, we cannot expect those who come behind you to do right. So again, congratulations to our Miss Juneteenth, ages 2 through 6, Myla Bell. Stay close, man. We gotta take group pictures later on. Stay close. Coming up next, the young king, who will be crowned the new Mr. Juneteenth, age 2 through 6, Armani Castro. Yeah. And as you know, greatness typically comes in pairs. So I'm happy to see we have a young Mr. and a young Mrs. who will be working side by side over the next year, figuring out what their passions are, no matter the age or the size. Going to the next category, Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth contest winners ages 7 through 12. Can we get the good brother J. Finn to step up, the sash, and the crown, who will be crowning a very special young man. This young man has various levels of educational achievements in the city of Paterson. Even more recently, he is a double earner of the Honor Society here in the city of Paterson at school number 10 of all places. Let me remind you something. The state dictated that school 10 is the worst in the state. But yet, we have greatness in the young brother, Jace, who is a 7-time earner of the Honor Society representative. So regardless of what the state says, regardless of what the test scores say, our children have greatness within them, and it takes a better means of facilitating education to bring it out of them. So I need all parties, from education to administration to activism and others, to play your part to help our youth realize their greatness. So, J. Finn, can you now crown the new Mr. Juneteenth, age 7 through 12, Jace?